Good morning and welcome to a lower body Wednesday. Right, let's find ourselves a space and get ourselves warmed up. We're just going to jog gently on the spot, just warming ourselves up nicely. There's nothing too onerous. Going from not moving to moving, sleep to awake, starting the day. Good morning, Frank. We're just starting the warm up. Good morning, Caroline. Okay, into some star jumps, some jumping jacks. I think getting those big joints moving, getting that snowball fluid flowing. And back into jogging on the spot. And we'll kick those out. Okay. Right, so this morning we're just going to do 5 exercises, specifically looking at our lower body, our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, and our calves. I'm going to start off with some lunges. So again, find a spot. So you've got 2 spots on the ground, one from where you're going to start, one from where you're going to finish. So we can make sure that each stride length is going to be the same. I'm going to try and keep the depth the same. So as well, trying to get that back knee a couple of centimeters, an inch off the ground if we can. And we're going to step forwards into our lunge position, drop our weight down. As I said, the knee just hovers off the ground. And we're going to squeeze this front quad to bring us back to the start position. So if you look at that from the side, move forward, going down, squeeze that front quad, bring yourself back to start position. From there, we're going to go for some goblet squats. So grab yourself a weight, bring that up high on your chest. Our feet just want to be beyond shoulder width. So not too far, not too wide, but also don't too narrow. If you can, keep your toes pointing forwards, but yeah, it's wherever works for you. That's the main thing on this. Then we're going to push our backside backwards to get into a seated position, bringing our elbows as close to our knees, trying to keep our knees hovering over the top of our feet. And then from there, squeeze our quads, push the floor away. Again, if you just look at those kind of positions, backside backwards, knees over feet, elbows towards your knees, then push the floor away. As we get to the top, we're going to squeeze our quads, engaging our hips, get that great stop position at that point. From there, we're going to move into our step ups. So similar motion, bring our hip leg up, squeeze our quads, bring ourselves up to the top, stop by squeezing our glutes, and bring ourselves back down. It's all controlled. We're not kind of falling down. It's a nice controlled movement on the way down. After we've done that, we're going to move into some sumo squats. Again, you can do these with or without weight, so wide stance squats. We're going to start by going double shoulder width apart with our feet. What we'll see is our toes will naturally want to sort of bend outwards. Again, go with what's comfortable, what works for you and your body mechanics. But otherwise, same set of movements. Down into that seated position, knees over the top of our feet, elbows towards our knees, then drive the floor away by squeezing your glutes. As you get to the top, watch those hips move as we squeeze our glutes and stop the movement. And then finally, our last exercise in the morning of each set is going to be a calf raise. So onto a step of some kind. And again, if you're like me, you've got a low step, you want to just put your body forward so you can get more of an angle. And from there, we can drive our heels down towards the background so you can feel that stretch down the backs of your calves. And once you've got a nice deep stretch, then squeeze your calves to drive your body upwards. And then repeat. Nice big stretch, and then up into by squeezing your calves. Okay, any questions? If not, we'll go ahead and make a start. We're going to do our usual 4 sets, 10, 10, 12, and 15, starting with 10 lunges. Again, held into position, find our 2 marks on the ground, and we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, and from there, into our goblet squats. If you want to grab a weight, bring it high on your chest. Feet just over shoulder width apart, and down into our seated position. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then into my step ups. You do this with or without weight. I'm going to choose to do it without today. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11. Oh, too many. I'm enjoying them. Okay. And from there into our wide stance squats. So grab your weight again. Step out, double shoulder width apart. Back into our seated position. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then into our calf raises. So feet onto your step. Again, balls of the feet just on your step. Heels hanging over. And then down into this deep stretch. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, have a break, grab a drink. I'll pop the timer on. There we are. I had a question yesterday, which was, how do I manage to keep myself so active and doing so much? And why do I don't have to feel tired at all? And I was saying, actually, yeah, I do feel tired. It isn't a case of that. But also, I can train my body over time so they can use different types of fuel. So I can use both carbohydrates and fats. Because for a lot of people, what they do is they're constantly having carbohydrates with every single meal, which means that the body, when it needs to then start to burn body fat, doesn't know how to switch on that part of its capability. It's not metabolically flexible. So it was just an interesting conversation. So to bring in that kind of awareness to say, actually, sometimes especially on like a regular basis, you need to get to the point where some of the meals have less carbohydrates in them, if any at all, so that actually you can get that metabolic flexibility. But it does not mean cutting carbs out, because carbs are really important. Speaking of really important things, let's drop into set number 2. So back into our lunges. So for this, we're going to concentrate on the feeling in our quads. So really go back to putting our mind in there, really kind of squeeze, try and dry and squeeze as many of those muscle fibers as we try and push the floor away. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, from there into our goblet squats. Bring the weight high on our chest, feet so shoulders apart. Again, keeping our mind in our quads. Really feel them stretch on the way down, so take your time, and then squeeze to drive the floor away. See how many of those muscle fibers you can recruit. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And from there into our step ups. Again, concentrate on those muscle fibers. Really feel them so it squeeze to drive your foot into your step. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, moving back out to our wide stance squats. So feet double shoulder apart. Again, still keeping that thoughts in our quads. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Last step for our calf raises. Again, focus on that feeling in your calves. Really feel it stretch. And then squeeze them. Actually, focus on squeezing them. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Have a break. Have a drink. Pop down. How was that? Everything good? So coming back to the same thing about metabolic flexibility, how can we help training that? So one thing we can do is, for example, when you have rest days, so those days that you're not doing resistance training, because resistance training is the kind of big difference. It's the one that you need to make sure you're fueling beforehand and fueling afterwards. Because that's where if you're not fueling right for resistance training, all that happens is you cannibalize your muscles. So catabolism happens, which means they shrink during the point where you're training, and then the repair process afterwards just brings them back to the size they were before. And that's one of the complaints people have, is when they're training and they're not seeing any results. It's because usually they've not got that kind of eating before and afterwards right. Anyway, we'll continue with this after set number 3 as we move into our lunges again. Thinking about timing now. So again, slow and controlled on the way down. What we want to do is actually feel the stretch and fight against gravity, and then fast and powerful to bring ourselves back up. I will start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay, and from there into our goblet squats. The feet shoulder width apart, again concentrating on speed. So slow and controlled on the way down. Really feel those quads stretch. Fast and powerful on the way up. Really squeeze them as much as you can. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and from there into our step ups. So keep that nice rhythmic motion going with this, just as if we're walking uphill. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay. Moving back into our wide stance squats. So again, feet double shoulder width apart. Same again, slow on the way down, feel the stretch, fast on the way up, feel the squeeze. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Bring the weight down as we move into our calf raises. You can do calf raises weighted if you wanted to. That kind of adds an extra dimension to it. So again, keep concentrating on that squeeze, that stretch on the way down. So nice and slow, big deep stretch, nice and fast and powerful on the way back up. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, have a break, have a drink. I'll pop the timer in. So we talked about the importance of food around resistance training, specifically things like carbs and proteins, to kind of prevent muscle protein breakdown. The muscle protein degradation, I think, is a real term for it, and improves like muscle protein synthesis, so you can increase muscle size. So that means those days that you're not doing resistance training are ideal for days to lower the amount of carbohydrates taken to your body. And this means that your body then has to then start to utilize more fats, which is brilliant because then that increases that metabolic flexibility your body has. It's also great because it improves your insulin sensitivity as well. So for a lot of people, insulin insensitivity is a big thing because they're constantly giving their body lots of carbohydrates, and therefore the body's expecting that, and therefore it doesn't have as many peaks and troughs. So having 1 day or 2 days or maybe 3 days of a week where you've just decreased the number that you're having just means that your body gets the chance of being able to use its fat for energy. Right, as we move to use our energy for set number 4. Moving back into lunges. This is our last and final set, so moving up to 15 reps. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Okay. And from there, grabbing away as going to our goblet squats. Feet shoulder width apart, elbows out. Again, slow and controlled inside deep stretch on the way down. Feel it across your quads. And fast and powerful as you squeeze them to drive the floor away. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Moving on to our step ups. Again, we'll increase the pace just a little bit, but still keep that nice constant rhythm. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, oops, 3. What am I doing? 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, and then 2 more just for the ones that I missed up at the beginning. There we go. Right, back into wide stance squats. Okay, so again, slow on the way down, fast and powerful on the way up. Stretch and squeeze. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And from there, last and final exercise of this morning's session into our calf raises. Get a nice big deep stretch down the back of your calves, nice and powerful as you lift yourself up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Grab yourself a drink, and that's the end of another lower body session for this week. Just a reminder, we're not around tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to be down in London doing a workshop tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. But we are back on Monday, sort of a Monday. But you've always got the recordings to have a look at. Anyway, as always, have an amazing day today and a fabulous week ahead. I look forward to seeing you on Monday.